Alright, time to see what we get. Yes, the Stranger Ritual. A rather strange creepypasta, or in this case, ritual pasta. For those who don't know, yes, ritual pastas technically identify as creepypastas, but for the sake of this series, we'll just be referring to them as ritual pastas, so there's no confusion as why I'm not talking about entities like Ben Drowned or Zalgo or anything of the sort. Though, you will probably see a couple familiar faces down the line when that wheel gets to it. As always, I'll be using both the Ritual Pastas wiki and the Ghost in My Machine to help me in my research, which both will be linked down in the description with any other helpful page I'm able to find.
Here's your general content warning. The following video may contain cursing, disturbing media, flashing lights, and jump scares. I'm also going to state my opinion about this ritual pasta and or creepy pasta. This is not to hate on the creator or try to do anything about it. This is just simply my opinion on what I think about a ritual and or creepy pasta.
The Stranger Ritual Pasta is a ritual that seems to have been created on October 29th of 2014 by a user known as Sylar1610. Taking a look at the revisions it's had over the years, there appear to have been many contributions after or even on the same day, which the most recent has been by LT Trollen, which, funnily enough, was just a troll on March 8th in 2016, who just wanted to self-glaze themselves in a ritual pasta. Though the changes were quickly reverted back on the same day by Empty Real Invective and then So Pretentious. The story goes as follows.
You ever heard of the stranger ritual? No? Well, perhaps that's good. Perhaps you're safer not knowing. And perhaps I shouldn't tell you, seeing how this ritual can be a little dangerous. Still want to know? Very well. I'll tell you. The stranger ritual is a ritual that allows you to contact something from the outside world. Something beyond the limits of human understanding. Some say that the ritual allows you to contact death itself.
Now, what is funny about all of this is that according to TGIMM, they don't go on to say that it could be death itself. After all, death is a very wide concept, though you might also have seen people like Lupus Creepus, for one reason or another, refers to the stranger as death, given the nature of how it's written, though as I stated, death itself is a very wide concept, either it be the Grim Reaper, La Muerte, any deity throughout history, and depending on the culture who represents death itself. There's so many. So, frankly, this entity can't quite be death, in my opinion. There's too many, it's too broad, so, yeah, hey, it's a stranger. So, a stranger that's gonna show up at your door and be like, hey, you, do you want to kill someone? Though, for this ritual, you'll need to do the following.
One door, ideally made out of wood. This door must have a lock. That is important. And must not have any windows or any peepholes. One white candle, one black candle, lighter and or matches, and a gift. This gift should not be a power object. It should not be anything personal. It should essentially be the opposite. Something ideally like candy. Writing equipment of some kind. Chalk is highly recommended. You don't want to ruin your door. And the photograph of the person you're wanting to kill. Now, key note. This is a photo that has to have been taken by yourself. That means You cannot take a photo online and use that. The photograph must be recent as possible, and it must not depict anyone in your immediate family.
You'll need to wait until night falls before you can do the ritual, and even though it can be done at any time of night, it is more likely to succeed the closer it's done to midnight. Take your piece of chalk, write the word stranger on the door, and then place the 2 candles on either side of the door frame and light them. Now, make sure all the windows are closed, all the curtains are pulled, all the mirrors are covered, and the lights are all turned off. You must be alone in the house to do it successfully. Keyword, alone. Alone. This means no people like your parents, your dog, and even that weird creepy demon that's hiding under your race car bed. Stand in front of the door and place the gift just out of range of the door so that when it opens, it will not hit or knock the gift over. This will also mark your safe zone. Make sure the door is closed, then knock 3 times. No more, no less, or lest, I don't know, I guess death comes out and kills you or something. Then, wait. If you hear 3 knocks coming from the other side of the door, then congratulations. The entity on the other side of the door is there. Open the door, but do not open it fully or look inside. You do not want to see this motherfucker's ugly ass mug. Open it a little, and then turn around and stand behind your gift facing away from the door. You should hear the door open fully, and you will feel the stranger's presence. It will feel wrong, like something that isn't supposed to be there. Obviously, you summoned a demon. Stay calm. The stranger is your guest, so you will not be harmed. Under no circumstances must you turn around or look at the stranger. This is very important. Some have dared to look at the stranger, and the ones that survive go completely blind or completely insane. But they always say that the stranger's presence never goes away. If you look at the stranger, then the stranger will never leave. If the stranger approves of your gift, then it will ask you for a name. This is when you must look at the photo and say the name of the person in the photo. Then wait until you hear the door closed. Once the door is closed, you no longer feel the stranger's presence. You may turn around. If the ritual was successful, your gift should still be gone. You must lock the door and do not unlock it until sunrise. This will prevent you from entering the stranger's world and anything from there getting into this one. You must also wipe the word stranger from the door and burn the photo you used. So editing Ember here, so something interesting that I have to note is that Lupus in their ritual video specifically says to not go in that room even the next day. I'm looking at the wiki right now, and well, I mean, it does still say don't unlock it until sunrise, but I don't know. I would just say safe bet would be just don't go into the room at all, even if you unlock it. Not to say that you guys should try it. Don't try it. I just rather would not be held liable. But yeah, that was something curious to know, and I'll even throw up the clip here.
Wait, death will close the door, and once it's closed, you don't feel anything weird or anything like that, you lock it. Now you can't go back into that room for the next day. Otherwise, you might let death out, you might end up in death's realm. It's not very good. And that's really it.
If you are too frightened to complete the ritual, simply apologize and ask the stranger to leave, Wait until you hear the door close, then turn around, wipe away the word stranger from the door, and lock it. Do not unlock it until sunrise, like we said before. Should you do this, never attempt the ritual again, as the stranger will not be too happy. Over the next 3 days, check the obituaries. If the ritual was successful, then the person who you wanted dead, will be dead. It is important to make sure that the photo you have used has been burned, and very specifically, according to Lupus Creepus, and even the Ghost in My Machine, you have to burn it within those 3 days. If not, the image will fade, and in its place will be the image of you. And that will be the sign that you will die within the next 3 days. Ooh. Now, the stranger ritual is rather nostalgic for me, like many of the others that I will most likely be covering soon. But I just don't know. With the fact that I brought up that, a lot of people try to say that it's death and stuff, I just don't really see this one being all that scary or anything. Not anything like, I believe that the Ghost in My Machine said that it's close to the hosting game or the midnight game, which, while it deals with the occult and all, I really don't think something like this would or could feasibly work at all. Like, on the scare factor, it's like, I don't know, at like a 3.5. It's not too believable, especially since you're not offering anything up aside from specifically candy. Candy is rather weird to me, and while I understand it's not supposed to be anything personal to you, I think there's more validity if it was compared to something you just bought at like the local 7-Eleven. To me, it feels like it just doesn't entirely make sense, and sure, while it may have scared me or put me at unease when I was a kid, that is strongly not the case now. With there no being personal ties to it, and you having to take a picture of someone very recently and using that, it just doesn't make sense, and it doesn't terrify me at all. Though the story is still pretty good for something that came out in 2014. I suggest you go give it a look, and also go take a look at the Will It Kill Me episode that is on this ritual. It's really good, even though it came out a long time ago. And Lupus, she did an amazing job at the time. The whole series is why I'm even doing this thing in the first place, aside from Denkachi. I know. Obligated done mention. But that will be it from me. I hope you found this small little video interesting and stuff. I tried my best to get my hands on what I could find with the stranger ritual. And if you want to see more while Rob is over there working on VOD stuff, just let me know. I know, at the time of recording this, I did put up a poll to see if you guys really wanted to see this, and I got a lot of yeses. So, if that poll is still going, go ahead, go vote on it to see if you want more. And, yeah, that will be it for me. Stay freaky, subscribe, like the video, obligated stuff. Wow, I could talk. I'm just gonna leave this in. And I'll see you next, guys. Next, guys? Wow, I really can't talk. I'll see you next time. Stay freaky!
A big thank you to my Moon Rocker Hasty for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support the channel, you can go support me over on Ko-Fi. You can either decide to be a tier 1, which is $1 per month, to become a Moon Rocker, $5 per month for Earthling, and $10 for Sunsetters. Thank you so much for supporting the channel!